Definitely going to be emotional. Yeah, I've been saying that it's definitely going to be emotional. I could already feel that, Sunday and Monday a little bit. It's just a little sad. This is my last week here preparing for a game at home, preparing for a regular season game, and it'll be my last time running out at Faroe. So a lot of emotions for sure. But at the end of the day, we got to go win that game. The real reward will be, getting carried off by my teammates, picking out my rock. In order to do that, we got to win this game. So.
When you think about what you might want your legacy to be at Mizzou, what do you think you would want that to be?
You know, I don't know. I think the main thing is that, ending a winner, when I committed here, came here, enrolled here, it was there was a lot of uncertainty around the program. New coaching staff, just a lot of uncertainty, and I had a vision that I believed in. I could see it. I knew it was there, and it took a lot of different lows and in different times of adversity to get there. And I feel like, we go win this one, win a bowl game. I feel like I can confidently say, I left my legacy as a winner.
Brady, when you think about what you were expecting your college career to be moving along here, has it been anything like what you were thinking at that point?
No. I mean, I think it was pretty unpredictable. I've just learned so much. I've learned so much about football, about life, relationships, being a part of a team, being a leader, and I really am grateful for it all. There's no way I could have predicted this is how my career would have went, but I'm glad it did, and I wouldn't change a thing.
We see the games and we see the results, but what is it that we didn't see that finally pushed this program over the hump also?
I think it was a belief in ourselves, a belief that we could compete at the highest level. I look at my first 2-3 years here. I didn't feel like that belief was there, whether it was off season, fall camp, into the season. I don't think anyone in the building really believed, whether we had the talent or the brotherhood or the team all together. There wasn't a lot of belief, and I think in 2023 that all changed. We had a great group of leaders. You think about Cody Schrader, Darius Robinson, Javon Foster, all those guys. They came back for that year. Man, it was special. It was special. I think that year changed a lot, and in a lot of ways, it really helped the team this year. We saw a standard set for that year, and really the push forward was carrying that over.
Brady, when your first year or two here, you watched a lot of guys go through senior day who it's a pretty traditional thing. They've been here 4 or 5 years, right? Now, I think there's 5 of you that signed with Missouri out of high school and are walking at the end of your career. What's the bond like among those of you who have, no disrespect to any of the guys who have come since, but who have been here the whole time?
Yeah, I think that's the closest bond you can have. And rolling together, sticking with each other, ups, downs, 5 years, losing seasons, different coaching changes, a ton of adversity. At the same time, a ton of success, ton of highs, ton of awesome moments that we'll always cherish and always remember. And, it's definitely those guys that you're proud of, you're thankful they stuck by your side, and, it's going to be cool walking out with them on Saturday.
Brady, 20 touchdowns with Luther Burden, and we just heard Coach Slate, he's also going to walk out. What does that mean for you to have that connection with someone on and off the field and be able to lead together, or possibly lead together?
Yeah, I think it's special. Growing up watching Chase, Jeremy, watching all those different connections throughout the years with the great quarterbacks, the great receivers, that was a vision I had. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Luther? Is it going to be somebody else? And, I remember hearing the name Luther Burden my first couple years here when we were recruiting him. I remember clicking on his game when he played East St. Louis versus CBC. I was watching a live stream with Barrett Bannister. I think he took a punt return or kick return back, and we both said, man, like, this could be my guy. And, sure enough, he was. And, I'm just so proud of Luther. When he first got here, when we all first get here, we're just kids. We don't know a ton about life, football, whatever it is. And just to see him mature, grow, see the way he takes it so much more seriously, the way he practices, he really cares about his teammates, and it's just been a real pleasure. And, obviously, just like you saw in Mississippi State, you can just throw it to him and he'll go make plays. So that's pretty cool too.
How are you going to balance on Saturday you've already mentioned the emotion, family's going to be there, everything 10 minutes before kickoff.
Yeah.
compartmentalize that?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I always figure it out. So it's going to be one of those things. And obviously, it's going to be emotional. That last Tiger walk, walking out with my family, people that have been there for me through every step of this journey since the first time I ever strapped it up in kindergarten. So it's gonna be emotional, and I think we're gonna enjoy it. But when we run out of the tunnel and the ball is set, I think I'm gonna be ready to play.
How much better do you feel for yourself that, a few weeks ago you were in the hospital with an ankle injury, then you suffered another injury, you did all that to play in this game. How much better do you feel for yourself knowing, like, I made it to the moment I was looking forward to?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. After the Auburn week, after the Alabama week, there's a lot of uncertainty in my head. How is this going to pan out? How is this finish going to go down? And yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty. There really was, and that's not fun, especially when you're in the back half of your last season here. I'm just so thankful. First of all for the trainers. We've put one heck of a plan together to get me healthy to play these last couple games. Zach and Cole have done an unbelievable job. And I think I'm blessed. In some different seasons, this last game might have been an away game. Our senior night might have been placed versus Oklahoma for that last one in row, and I would have missed it. So there's always silver linings. I think I'm just blessed and grateful. I have this last opportunity, the last regular season game here in Faroe against Arkansas, rivalry game, packed out, like 25 degrees. So it's going to be a night to remember for sure.
You ever played quarterback in the snow?
Maybe once or twice in high school. Shoot, I'm down for anything. I think I'm going to be so juiced up, I don't really care.
Your generation is really the first one to grow up with the battle line rivalry. How do you describe what it means to you and your team?
Yeah, I think it's a newer rivalry, and I think it's getting stronger every single year. It means more and more every single year. There's a trophy on the line, first of all. We have a lot of guys on the team from Arkansas. Our head coach is an Arkansas guy. And there's a rivalry there. It's building every single year. It means a lot to us. And it's always the cap on our year. It's the last regular season game. And it just means more being that last game.
Brady, obviously I know Mookie's not going to get to play on senior day, but what has Mookie meant to this offense and meant to you in your time here?
Oh, man. Mookie Cooper, goes to Ohio State. Unbelievable player out of high school, doesn't work out there. And, he comes back home. And, he's been nothing short of unbelievable as a teammate, as a player. He's so consistent. He's the same guy every single day. He has been every single day he's been in this building. And he's a leader. He's led that wide receiver room for a long time, whether he's second in yards, third in yards, fourth in yards, fifth in yards, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to Mookie. It doesn't matter how many times he scores. If it's a run play, he's going to block his butt off. If it's a pass play where he's the last read, he's going to run his butt off. And, I'll always appreciate Mookie for what he's done for this program. And, it's been a pleasure having him as one of my top receivers for a few years now. He's awesome, man, and he's going to do great things in life and football, whatever he does.
A couple more. Brady, you were just talking about the uncertainty after these injuries, and when you're going through that mentally and feeling the effects of it physically, is there any part of your mind that just wonders, is it worth it? Did that come up at all?
No, not specifically. I know it's worth it. I've been through some times. I've been through some times here physically, mentally, and I knew this one would for sure be worth it. And my goal was honestly to be back for the Oklahoma game, and we just couldn't make it work. And man, I tried everything possible to make that happen, and we couldn't. So I said, that's fine. We're going to come back for South Carolina, and man, I'm just happy I can finish out these last three, and obviously the bowl game. So it's been a journey for sure.
A lot of people talk about what you've meant to Missouri, but what has this 5-year journey meant to you?
It's everything. It's my life. It's truly my home, my family, and I feel like I belong here. This is where I grew up. It's where I really learned the game of football. It's where I got to live out my dream. I've met so many people, created so many different relationships in this state, in this city, and man, it's my life. You know, I'm gonna be around here for a long while, and I cherish every memory I've made here.
You mentioned the life lessons you learned from this program. Is there anyone that sticks out to you that you want to take forward?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, the main thing that stuck out to me through this 5-year journey is just the stuff life throws at you, the adversity. And, you know, looking back on all of it, I wouldn't change anything. You know, I think it's made me who I am. Those tough moments, they really do. And you know, I think it's cliche. I think you hear it, but I really believe it. Nothing good in life comes easy. It doesn't. You have to work for everything. You have to earn everything. And I feel like I've learned that in my time here. Appreciate it, guys.